Hey, what's happening YouTube? How's it going everybody? Welcome back to some more AquaPorn with me, Steve. Bringing you an exciting new project I decided to do here. Now, I've always had freshwater tanks. I've got 2 of them running. Never really showed them on my channel because it's pretty much been all about my marine build. But the other 2 tanks are in the kitchen and they're smaller nano-sized tanks. It's a 15 and a 5-gallon tank. I'm going to be shutting those down and putting them together. I decided I'm going to do a South American Apisto tank, and found this tank relatively cheap. It was only 90 bucks for the get yourself started set, and they even give you, ooh, look at this, a free bonus filter inside. Thanks for the dollar. Anyway, I'm going to start an Apisto tank, South American planted tank, and get back into being serious about my planted tanks. I can grow plants. I don't have the eye for those really wild and cool scapes. So I think with a South American tank, I'm just going to plant it, hit it with some CO2, and let it jungle out. I'll be trying out this Fluval LED lighting, the Aqua Life and planted tank. It's a full spectrum LED light strip. We'll give that a shot for the lighting. Now, as far as the stand was concerned, I couldn't find a stand for this tank for less than 100 bucks. So I found this on Craigslist. It's basically just a little cabinet thing. And what would AquaPorn be without a do-it-yourself project, huh? So this video is going to be me trying to figure out how I'm going to make this cabinet piece work as a stand for the AquaLife. I'm also going to have to relocate the kids because I'm kind of taking over their side of the office. But you know, they've got the whole upstairs. They got my loft upstairs. I'm tired of stepping on Legos, so I need kind of a man room where I have both my aquariums here. And that'll be cool. I'll shut down the other 2. I'll just have these 2 aquariums. This is where I spend my time. This is my relaxation place anyway. So we'll give this a shot in here, and it'll be easier for me to take care of both tanks. The other 2 tanks kind of went downhill with the marine project because I took them off CO2. I stopped dosing them, trying to make them low maintenance tanks, and they kind of got overrun with algae and stuff. So I'm going to get back into being just as serious about these tanks. And the GCCA, which is the Greater Chicago Cichlid Association, is having a swap coming right around the corner, and I'm sure to find some great Apistos there, bred by the home breeder, by the little guy. And so I'll find some good things there. So let's get into this stand and figure out what I'm going to do with it. I was going to kind of leave it like this and put a top across, but I think it's too deep. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the drawers either. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Think about it a second and we'll see what I come up with. Okay, so I got the cross bracing done. I took the 2 that were going across the top here. I cut them down and I moved them on the insides. And then I had these pieces, so I just made some more cross braces going across. Now if these boards were set like this, they'd definitely be stronger in holding weight and keeping things level. But these are actually in here to keep the sides from splitting out in both directions. So these are kind of just in there to do that and for something to adhere my top down to. They will hold level. It would, like I said, it would have been better if they were like this, but space did not allow because I haven't decided yet if I want to keep this drawer and maybe use the drawer for storage and stuff like that. These drawers too, I might just keep the drawers instead of having doors to and underneath. Not sure yet. Still don't know what my plan is. Kind of just going along here. But as you can see, I was really generous with the glue. These pieces are glued and nailed in. And now it's time to figure out what I want to try and do here. So this is what I came up with. I decided to turn it on its side. I didn't like how deep it was off the wall. This way it's only 20 inches, or actually I'm sorry, 18 inches deep to this end point here. That was a little bit better for me, and then it didn't have much of an overhang. decided to keep the drawers, and then that way they just open to the side. I'll probably keep this top drawer, and I'll keep the bottom drawer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the middle, and I'm going to make this all one piece, and just so it slides out nice and easy. I can keep my stuff in there. Should have enough room for my CO2 system when I go to replace that gas there. I don't normally trim it out, but it is in my office, and so I trimmed the edges to make it kind of look nice. It's going to look good when it's all black. I just took two pieces I had left over. I had this one long piece left over, just split it in half, kind of just to break up that side and make it look kind of like a fake door, or at least break up that dead space there. So kind of like how it turned out. $25 I spent on making this compared to $100, so I just saved myself 75 bucks. You know, it's not the most perfect thing, but I kind of like how it turned out, and it's going to look good when I get it all painted. Boys didn't lose much space. That's where it's going to have to be. I'd like it centered on the wall, but when I have guests come over, we pull this out into a king-size bed. So I needed to leave 37 inches here in order to do that. And then that kind of tightens that space up to the bookshelf there. But I'll be able to put my boys' table back there. And I'll see if I can squeeze this in that tight spot there. They're going to get evicted eventually, but I don't want them to know it right away. Have a good one, y'all. I'll bring it back when I get it painted up. And keep watching this part of my new adventure.